we got some patterns and I'm gonna show you. So if that's some content you would like to see, keep on watching.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video, I'll be sharing with you the patterns that I picked up during pretty much all the brands except for Butterick and Berta were on sale Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this sale ended last week, but I'm gonna show you because, like I told you, I picked up a lot of patterns, and to keep the video short, I like to break them down, all right? So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, so for this one, I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, and to the point, but give you all the details of why I picked up the Simplicity and New Look patterns. Now, on the New Look, I actually picked these up from simplicity.com. So simplicity.com had a sale, which I showed you guys on Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, you miss a lot of the pattern sales because sometimes I forget to post it up here on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm trying to get better with that, but you guys can catch me on Instagram a lot quicker than on Facebook and here on YouTube. Now, of course, I comment back to you guys here on YouTube, but if you want to look at the pattern sales and the pattern details and stuff like that, get me on Instagram. I'll go ahead and put my Instagram handle up on the screen. I think by now you guys know that. But I did pick these up on the Simplicity website when they first dropped, when I did my New Look patterns and how they are repeat. So if you missed that video, I'll go ahead and put it up here and put it in the description box below, as well as on the end screen. Okay, on your way out, you could definitely go to that video. So to be honest with you, I only picked up 4. And I know you're like, well, Rochelle, you said they are repeat, so why did you pick them up when you already have them? It's a reason. And when I tell you, so it's a reason why I picked them up again, because I'm going to cut into that pattern, but I want a fresh copy just for tracing. So I don't want to trace this time around. So I went ahead and picked up another copy. Now, I did pick these up for $2.99, and yes, they were on sale for $1.99. At Joann's. Well, when I picked these up, I didn't know they were going to be on sale at Joann's because the actual sale ad said that mccalls and Vogue were going to be on sale, and I actually posted that Simplicity was going to be on sale. Well, when I went into Joann's last Thursday, what happened was I seen all of them were on doorbusters. Simplicity, mccalls, Know Me, New Look. Even though Know Me and New Look are never advertised, Know Me is normally on sale with mccalls, and New Look is normally on sale with Simplicity. So when Simplicity goes on sale, New Look normally goes on sale. And I'm saying normally because it also depends on the store. Some stores don't do that, so don't shoot me and be like, yeah, Rochelle, mine was not on sale. So it also depends on your store. I know my store does that with New Look is on sale with Simplicity. Know Me is on sale with mccalls. But Joanne, please do us a favor, because I tagged you guys when I said that please add Know Me to the marketing when we have mccall pattern sales. Why? Because it's been a whole year and 4 seasons later, and you guys continuously keep leaving Know Me off the marketing. So please, Joanne, and thank you. A concerned sewist is telling you, could we please put Know Me on there instead of just leaving them off, because they are one of the big 5 companies, okay? Thank you, guys. All right, so without further ado, and not to go out on a rant page, let's go ahead and get into this video. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, Ciao, Guten, Aloha, Hola, Konnichiwa, Gwaan, Sabonani, Shalom, Bonjour. If you're returning, you guys know what to do. Go get something to drink. Come on back so we can get into this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it and not waste any more time. So let's go ahead and start off with the New Look patterns. So it's 4. The first one that I picked up is New Look 6768. This is the easy to sew pattern. I picked it up because you guys know Mimi G did the Vogue version of this pattern. It is a Vogue pattern originally, and they made it a New Look pattern. So I could see this. So fabric options for this one, double-sided fleece, denim, tweed. I actually have a fleece that I am looking at doing, and it's a double-sided, so I could definitely see myself making this up. It says easy to sew. I'm actually going to put up the number of pattern pieces for each pattern, so you don't even have to worry about it. All right, so that's why I picked it up, and it's 67.68. Moving over to the next pattern is 67.69, a pair of pants. So this is also a Vogue pattern that I already have in my stash, but I went ahead and picked it up again. And it's an easy to sew pattern. I could definitely see making these in a gabardine fabric that I have in my stash because I'm trying to use more of my stash fabric, but this is 67.69. Next pattern that I got in a mail from simplicity.com is 67.70. You guys know this is Simplicity 8924. I mentioned that in the video for a new look. It is an easy to sew pattern, and I can see this being made up in a crepe. I have this blue crepe that I picked up from fabric.com many moons ago. When I say many moons ago, I'm talking about like 2017, 2018. It's just hanging out, okay? But it's like a indigo colored crepe that I have in my stash that I think I'm going to make something with. Part of a collection that I'll talk about at a later time when I can talk about this collection. All right, but it's 67.70 is the pattern number. Next pattern is 67.71. This is an easy just for knit pattern. I gave you my recommendations and what I felt this pattern is similar to, but I went ahead and picked this pattern up because I don't have well, actually, it's a butterick pattern. I forgot the pattern number. I don't even want to say what I think it is, but I'm going to try to remember to put it up on the screen for you because after I showed this pattern, I was like, oh, actually, it looks like this pattern as well, similar to this pattern. So that's why I went ahead and picked it up. But those are the 4 new look patterns that I picked up. Now, let's go ahead and move over to Simplicity because one thing I'm going to mention about Simplicity patterns is I picked up all the rack patterns. None of the patterns were in the drawer. They were all on the rack. When I say that, that means like the actual pattern numbers were not in a drawer, which led me to believe that they didn't put it out yet. However, because the patterns were up on the rack, I was like, you know what? I don't have time to be coming back getting these Simplicity patterns because sometimes they waste so much time leaving them just out, and us pattern hoarderers, yes, I'm calling myself a pattern hoarderer, simply because I have so many patterns, like, so what? I know some people hoarder other things, but I hoarder patterns, but they're not taking over my home, number one. And number two, they are organized. Whereas if you're a hoarder, your stuff's not organized. So I do not need, I think it's AMC, the show that's the hoardering show. I don't need y'all to come out to my house, right? Because we good over here. We're good over here, all right? So I got all of mine off the display rack. So I'm going to give you the display number in the description box below, but I'm going to tell you the actual number from the pattern instructions. All right. So I know I'm going to go through very fast on the ones that are not garment because I did pick up some accessory style patterns for a reason. And I told you that in the drop. All right. So the first one is this bike pattern. It's like an accessory bike pattern. The actual pattern number is 9804. I picked it up from my daughter because my husband and I, we bought her a bike. Okay. And it's a 3-wheeler, not a 2-wheeler. So we go make sure she can put some water in the top part. So I plan on doing the part where you hang off your handlebars. So that's the version that I plan on doing for her, and just use some scrap fabric from my pattern, from my stash. But it's 9804, and I have to tell you from the instructions because it's a rack pattern. All right, but this is a one size fit all, and it's an easy to sew pattern. Moving over to the next pattern is 9805. Which is this pattern right here. It is a apron pinafore style pattern. And it's of course, one size fit all for the pinafore. It's an easy to sew pattern. I actually picked this up for view A on this pattern. Now, you guys know I have done a vintage apron on the channel where I showed you how to sew that together. You guys loved it. So I think I may make this one during the holidays. I don't know. But once again, this pattern is 9805. The rack number is 11925. All right, moving over to the next pattern. It is something for my kids because you guys know, like with the kids, they be under the weather, be need nice and cold packs and all of that, right? So I picked this up for my kiddos, even though my kids are not like super small. I have an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old, right? And in that, you may say, oh, they don't need that. But who want to wrap a cold pack in a towel? Like, yeah. So I went ahead and picked it up to make it look a little cute, other than wrapping it up in a towel like what we have done back in the days. If you have kids, you know. All right. But this pattern number is actually 9811 from the pattern instructions. It is a one size fit all. So once again, 9811. It is this nice, cute ice warm or cold pack situation. All right. With characters. All right. Moving over to the next one. 9814. It's a duffel bag. So I would call this like a duffel bag, cosmetic bag, weekender bag, you know, that's good for traveling. It's 9814. So I picked this up because I like the duffel bag, but I also like that hat. I think you could get two for the price of one pattern. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. But once again, it's 9814. We're going to go ahead and slide those instructions back in there and we're good to go. All right, moving over to the next one. Now we are into the garment pattern. So the first one is 9820. Yes. So if you guys don't know, New York Frocktail is coming up. Atlanta Frocktail is coming up. There are so many Frocktails that's coming up in the month of October. So if you need something quick and fit the bill, now let me say this. Atlanta's Frocktail is themed Met Gala. So, I mean, if you want to do something like this, the pattern is out. Last minute, go ahead and do it because it's coming up, all right? But once again, it's 9820. Now, I picked it up because I like what the model is wearing in view A. And I think that's what I would do when I get around to this pattern, all right? But once again, it's 9820. We go slide the instructions in, and we're going to go ahead and move over to the next pattern. Next pattern, 9821. Now, when I first saw this pattern, I was like, oh, I love this pattern, right? But now that I have the pattern 9821, I think it's going to be interesting for the tucks, okay? So I like view A on this pattern, and that's the view that I plan on doing. But once again, it's 9821. Moving over to the next pattern, it's Mimi G, and the pattern number is 9822, which is her jumpsuit. Yes. Now, the jumpsuit, I think, is super gorgeous. So it has some features of Simplicity 8060, not the complete same jumpsuit. It's similar, but not similar enough. So I think Mimi G created another jumpsuit to give kind of like that similar. But listen, Mimi G, please come back out with Simplicity 8060 for us. That would be a great one to come back out with any season because, you know, we could use light fabric, heavy fabric. We want the pattern to come back out. I'm going to put it up on the screen. 8060 is that pattern that I love. If you don't have that pattern, I'm sorry. It came out years ago. And yeah, Mimi, please bring that pattern back. Thank you so much, honey. Once again, this pattern right here is 9322. Moving over to the next pattern, it's 9823. I'm sorry. So that pattern was 9822. Next pattern is 9823, which is the easy to sew pant pattern right here. So I know many of you was like, I don't like that detail in the front of the pants. Why did they need like a covering for that? I don't know, but I like the details. I'm here for view B. But once again, it's 9823. Moving over to the next pattern, it is Mimi G's coat pattern. It is 9824. Bam. I like this coat. I could actually see myself doing it in a wool and do view B. Now, like I mentioned, wool is one of the fabric option. Denim, corduroy are some of the fabric options that you could do for this. I think Nora's actually did the sew along for this, so it's up on the channel right now. But once again, it's $98.23. Moving over to the next pattern. I'm sorry, $98.24 for this pattern. Moving over to the next pattern, it's $98.25. This, I like this one. I really do. I love this pattern. So I am here for view A, and I actually like what she has on with a solid black dress and the black heels. You guys know I have some black heels like that as well. But once again, it's $98.25, and I want to let you know I'm going to put the Google form in the description box below so you could go and vote on the next two sew alongs, which is the jacket and pants. This pattern is also featured in that Google form. All right, you're welcome. But this is $98.25. Moving over to the next one. So this one right here, this one is going back. I think this one is $98.26, but I don't know for sure simply because the instructions is not in the pattern. All right, so I'm gonna take this one back to the store today because I'm picking. Well, when you're seeing this, I have already taken it back. I'm taking it back. I am actually filming this one on Friday. And one thing I will tell you is that by the time you're seeing it, I already took it back. I already got the right size. All right. So yeah, we need some instructions for this, but this is $98.26. Moving over to the next pattern is a $98.28, which is this gorgeous unisex two-piece top and pants. Y'all know I love cargo pants. That's one reason why I picked it up, but I can see myself doing this one as well. It's $98.28. I love it. All right. Moving over to the next pattern is $98.29, and it's this one right here, which is also like a men's hoodie style pattern. I love this. So I like the zipper in the front to kind of close everything up, but once again, it's $98.29. All right. So we're going to move over to the next pattern, which is a Madeline intimate bra panty type pattern. And that pattern is a $98.33, which is this one right here. Like I mentioned before, I have never made any type of bras or panties whatsoever. But, you know, like maybe one day I would decide to make one. Who knows? Would I show you? I don't know. Probably not. I would probably make it for behind the scenes, not to show y'all, but just to make it for myself. But yeah, this is $98.33. All right, and the last pattern that I picked up that's a simplicity pattern is $98.35. And this pattern is like an apron and a dress pattern. It's like your pinafore apron and two lengths for that. So I like this pattern. It's an easy to sew pattern as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a easy to sew basic pinafore dress and apron pattern. So that's why I went ahead and picked it up. But once again, it's $98.35. All right, so that's all the patterns that I picked up for simplicity and new look. So the next and the last video that I will be showing you are the Vogue and Vicky Sews pattern. I'm going to pick up Vogue patterns today, but when you're seeing it, I already have it because today, which I'm saying today, but tomorrow, I'm sorry, tomorrow, because I'm filming this on Friday and today is September the 29th when I'm filming this, but when you're seeing it, it's going to be October. I know I couldn't get it done and edited tonight, you know, September the 29th, but when you see this, the sale will be over, so I do apologize. I am actually going tomorrow, which is Saturday, the last day, to go pick up the Vogue sale because I completely forgot that those were on sale, and I'm the one who actually be telling y'all the different pattern sales, and I was so happy to see all the brands on sale and forgot to pick up the Vogue. All right, well, I'm finna go out and catch that sale while I am completely dressed. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Also, smash that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.
Here we go, at the top of